You got a truck, yeah, hold the line, because we are strong together. We will always rise up, there's no folding under pressure. They ask me what I fight for, I'm a human rights defender. We gotta stand on guard for thee until our lives are better. Break me down, but we are strong together. We will always rise up, there's no folding under pressure. They ask me what I fight for, I'm a human rights defender. We gotta stand on guard for thee until our lives are better.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is Cassius Julius, an activist, musician, freedom fighter, and he says he's a human rights defender in that song, and he has proven just that with his activism. For those who don't know, he got a run-in with the cops in Ottawa during the Rolling Thunder bikers rally. If you remember, that happened in April 2022 after the trucker convoy. And if you look at this article from Western Standard, Rolling Thunder protester acquitted on all charges. We're talking about the one and only Cassius Julius, and I am here with him right now. How are you doing today, sir?
I am doing a lot better. Thanks, Greg. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for so much for coming on the channel. And it's just vindication season for freedom fighters. A lot of people have heard about Hategate and Jeremy McKenzie and all of these lies that were told about Jeremy McKenzie and Diagolon, and it justified the use of the Emergencies Act. And your story is very similar because, if I'm not mistaken, there has been cops who were lying to essentially try to criminalize you and try to get these charges to stick. So before we get into all that, let's just kind of bring us up to speed with where you're at. You've kind of exited all of the horrible legal stuff. You're kind of a free man now, and plus you don't have to pay lawyers anymore. Would you say that's about right? How do you feel where you're at right now?
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't say it any better. Being a free man is definitely a better feeling, other than the year and a half stressing, waiting, because ultimately there was corruption in the charges. So I'm kind of figuring out, how will the judge be, right? Will it be similar, or will it be? So I wasn't too sure. So very stressful year and a half indeed. But yeah, free man now. All charges are dropped. So feeling a lot better. Finally getting some sleep back. Long lost sleep, and I feel a lot better now.
Yeah, and we were talking about this yesterday, and it really does take a toll on you to have to pay for your lawyer and have to go through all of this, and it's really done as a way to deter people from protesting, from participating in activism. And since the convoy, there's so many examples of this, where even though the charges didn't stick, even though they kind of gave you these bullshit charges and they even had cops lying, it doesn't matter. They're still going to fuck with your life. They're still going to force you to deal with all these legal consequences. And it really does. It really is like a fifth generational warfare tactic, where you are kind of drained emotionally, financially, physically, spiritually. And how has that journey been? Have you had support from other people in the community over this time? Like, how did you deal with this? Because it can really test a person, right?
Yeah, I mean, you said it best. It does take a toll on you. All the speaking with a lawyer, going into court, and just all of that pressure. It is a lot. But how I dealt with it, family, friends, mainly. Everybody, I appreciate all of those who did check up on me, that did show their support, that did send their prayers and their love for me. And that's kind of what kept me going, to be completely honest, over this time. Because I was pretty down. I was going through a rough patch, and, those people checking up on me really did bring me back to life. I can say that.
Awesome. So bring us back to Rolling Thunder. We're going to play the clips in a second of the actual altercation that happened between you and the police, and the absurd things that the police were saying about this specific incident caught on camera. But, maybe bring us back before we play the clip. Set us up to bring us back to April 2022, when Rolling Thunder was happening and the bikes are rolling into Ottawa. How did you hear about it? How did you get there? And what led up to this incident?
Yeah. So, the Rolling Thunder event was basically an event honoring the veterans, specifically James Topp, who had marched across Canada, worked for the Canadian Air Forces, and basically was not amongst all of us. A lot of other Canadians were not accepting you have to be vaccinated in order to keep your job, and and all the other things that they were basically trying to put on us. So I was going there to support that. I was actually also performing on the 30th, the day after I arrived, at Parliament Hill. And but unfortunately, I didn't. I did perform actually on the 30th, but it was a crazy first day before that performance happened.
Yeah. And I can bring up the clip here. I guess we'll see it in regular time. This was in the evening, I guess. And do you know exactly where this is situated? Where we are here on the left here?
This is it's on Rideau, of course, but it's right beside the chapters.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So I'm just rewinding it. You can see this is a familiar sight, the line of police. And this video is labeled. We'll blow it up even more for people. And there's a push that comes from the police side, the police line. Wow, the police instigating violence? Really? Whoa, crazy. Yeah, you can see it right there. It's pointed out. And that's you getting pushed. I don't have a pointer here, but that's you getting pushed, and then a second later they just grab you unprovoked. And what was happening to you back here? They tackle you to the ground.
So
three of them. Oh my god.
Yeah, they forcefully throw me to the ground. I get a couple knees, and then they arrest me. And then I didn't hear any "you're under arrest" anything. I just get a push. I stumble back, of course, and then I'm just kind of standing there, shocked, motionless, puzzled on why I just got pushed by the officer. Very confused. And then, within maybe a couple seconds later, they just swarm me, maybe 5-6 officers, and then 3 of them end up throwing me to the ground. I end up injuring my finger and my knee. And
This is it in slow motion. So I'll play it for you guys one more time. Starting from the beginning, sorry. Let's start from the beginning 1 second. This is the same clip in slow motion. Yeah, that's you standing stoically, and then they just grab you. Do you know where these police are from?
These are Ottawa police.
Ottawa police. Interesting. Yeah. What's it like to rewatch that clip?
It's hard, I'm kind of getting used to it after watching it several times during the trial as well. But it is pretty hard watching that. Nobody likes to see themselves get absolutely manhandled and thrown violently to the ground. And now my finger's busted. Looks like I got Frankenstein's finger. That's to put a little humor into it, but
and once again, there's always like a pattern to who they target. Whether it's Jeremy McKenzie, Morgan May, Artur Pawlowski, Barber, Tamara Litch, the organizers, Pat King. Like there's always a pattern to who they target. You're someone who, I don't know if they knew that you were a performer, but aside from that, you're also like a tall guy. You're a tall, good looking, attractive guy.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And like a leader, so to speak. Like if you were to look at a crowd of freedom fighters and say, hey, that guy looks like a leader. He's stoic. And they picked on you.
Yeah.
And he's a black man.
Yeah.
But what the hell?
There's a color guy there. We're getting them,
Yeah. It's like the cops just went on autopilot. Get the black guy.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, he's the first one I see. We're getting him. Grab him.
Yeah. But so I encourage you to kind of get the receipts or get the transcript from the court cases that you went through, because that'll be the actual receipts to show like this is what these cops said about this situation. And we were having a phone call yesterday. You were kind of sharing me like the worst of the worst. You said that one of the cops said that you tried to grab their baton. They said this like on the stand.
Yep, on the stand.
Do they swear an oath before saying this stuff?
Funny thing. So myself and my buddy Devin, who actually went on stand to plead, my innocence as well. We were the only ones that swore on the Bible. All the officers chose to swear to the court, basically. And I find that funny because let's just say, got a little blur there. No worries. Let's just say they don't even believe in God or they don't believe in the Bible. So what would it be for them to swear on it then if they didn't even believe in that? So that's why I just kind of find it funny, because at first I'm like, maybe they didn't swear on the Bible because maybe they're not religious. Maybe they don't believe in God, if that's their choice, that's their choice. No problem at all. But then I'm like, but you know what? That wouldn't make any sense, because if they didn't believe, then it would be nothing for them to swear on a Bible, on a book that they don't believe in, right? So I found that a little funny.
I'm just left here thinking, what are the consequences of these cops lying? They're supposed to be the best of the best, protect and serve, blah, blah, blah. They're connected to the judicial system, law enforcement, judicial system, hand in hand. It's supposed to be in their integrity, honor, all of these words that kind of are supposed to define this institution. And we have how many cops lied on the stand, would you say?
4 officers.
4 different officers all told the same lie or different lies?
Well, ultimately it was the same lie, stating that I grabbed the officer's baton and I threw a punch at an officer, but all of their stories were all mixed up, but that was the main thing that they were trying to say, though. But
they obviously kind of corroborated. And just to go back to the slow-mo clip here, I'm guessing the 4 different officers were, there's like 3 who tackle you, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, there's like 5 right as soon as they grab me. There's
3 of them. There's 4 of them around you there. Yeah. Wow.
And then 3 when they get me to the ground.
And presumably it's like 4 of the guys over there, I guess, that we're seeing that were on the stand.
Yeah. Well, actually, one of them, the main officer that's accusing me of these things is the one that throws me to the other officer. He's the one that pushed me, actually, the one that's accusing me of doing all these things. As you can see now in the video,
it's so unprovoked. Yeah. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, I'm just standing there like, why did I just get pushed? And then they're like, well, grab him.
Yeah.
And then
your consequence is just standing your ground.
Yeah, and that's Devin, the one that testified with me. He's there beside me, right there in the frame.
He was charged as well.
No, he wasn't charged. No, he just came. Exactly. Yeah.
Got it. I'm not. If you guys couldn't tell, I'm not very good with this legal stuff. I'm always playing catch up in conversations like this. But so you told me these other lies. They said that you tried to grab the baton. They said that you threw a haymaker at them. Yeah.
Specific word, haymaker, because they asked, well, how could you describe the punch that was thrown? And the officer said, haymaker.
A haymaker, Your Honor.
Yeah. And the judge even laughed. The judge said, a haymaker. Wow. Okay. He's like, all right. Haymaker. Okay.
That's wild.
Yeah.
This clip obviously was not part of the stack of evidence, I'm guessing. Like the cops didn't know about this clip. How did this clip come into the equation?
Well,
proving your innocence, by the way, and proving that these cops are lying.
Yeah, well, I had to do a lot of due diligence, first of all, and we happened to get footage from Rebel News, Alexa, Twitter. Thank God for that. I was super thankful for that, because at the time we couldn't really find much. And then that video that she had on her live stream on Rebel News had everything. And helped clear my name. So
shout outs to Alexa from Rebel News with this potentially saving your ass from a lot of
Oh,
nonsense.
100%. No, 100%. My
And this
lawyer
is,
did say it would have been very difficult if you did not have that footage, even though the police don't have any footage or evidence themselves, just by them saying verbally with 4 officers going on stand saying, "Oh, this person did this." He's like, "Yeah, you would have got locked up." And it happens to a lot of people
crazy.
worldwide. Yeah, it's scary. It's very scary.
And this is a perfect example when people say that your best weapon and your best defense is your phone, is your
Yep.
camera,
Yep.
is your video camera. If you're going to a protest, clear out all of the old videos and stuff. You don't clear out that hard drive on your phone, guys. Clean it up.
Yeah.
You know, delete the old WhatsApp videos, get in there, clean out your hard drive, and record everything. Okay, because it could literally be the difference between an innocent verdict and a guilty verdict, a not guilty or a guilty verdict. And I mean, it's scary to think, like, what would the consequences be if you didn't have this video clip? Would you actually be sentenced? Like, would you be doing time?
Yeah, 9 months. Nine months if I was what do they say? If I was good or something, 6 months. But over half of a year and up. Yeah. For something that I didn't do at all, which is the scary part about it, you know, because this happens to people all the time, right? So that's why when you hear people like, I'm actually innocent, I really didn't do anything. And they're like, I don't know if he was, or, you know, I'm not too sure. But just like what you said, you know, we need more independent journalists to be, you know, like boots down in there recording everything. You don't have to be an independent journalist. Just always have a recording. Make sure you have everything recorded. Exactly.
Just point and shoot, guys. Yeah.
Yeah. Because you can help somebody out just like myself and without even knowing it. Rebel News had no clue that they were going to be helping me out with this, you know, but they did.
Shout outs again to Alexa.
Yeah.
And let's go over a couple more lies because it kind of gets even worse. It says here in my notes that the cops said that you threatened them and that the cops were scared for their life.
Yeah. So one cop said that I was very threatening. I was threatening him. And of course my lawyer's like, so what was he saying exactly that was threatening? And Freedom. Then he said that I should be basically, he actually said that he kept saying I should be ashamed of myself. And everybody in the courtroom was kind of like,
how's that a threat, bro?
Yeah, like is there anything else or that's it? And then, you just finished it like that. So I guess saying you should be ashamed of yourself is now a threat. And very scary, I guess, because, he was scared for his safety, apparently. So, I mean, and he was the biggest one there, which is kind of crazy, and the most violent one. He's the one that's literally pushing everybody, and all of the footage throughout all the lives, all the altercations that have to do with the cops at Rolling Thunder. It's always that guy. And he just kind of throws me into the other group of officers and then jumps right back in line. You know, so
brutal, man. Brutal.
Oh, another major thing. I forgot to say this. He's been on stress leave.
Ever since when? What do you mean he's been on stress leave? Since when?
Since Rolling Thunder. He's been on stress leave, apparently. So just a coincidence, right? After he does all of that to me, and then now he's on sick leave. I mean, sorry, why do I keep saying sick leave? Stress leave.
Well, maybe, Cassius, you were so intimidating by shaming him that he's, having a mental health break because of your yelling freedom and stuff.
Yeah, and he should be ashamed of himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that hurt him deep. Hurt him deep, man.
Well, hey, I mean, like we can kind of laugh about it now that you're okay and that you're out of the woods, but like this should obviously not be happening.
No.
Is there an opportunity for you to sue somebody and get your money back at the very least of all this trouble? It seems outrageous. I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to lie as a police officer, especially when there's evidence proving that.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a path forward for that?
Oh, most definitely. I'm definitely going to be, suing for sure. Because the whole thing was the reason why we forcefully arrested, him was because he was aggressive the entire time, and that he grabbed an officer's weapon and that he threw a haymaker at an officer. So that gives us the right to forcefully arrest him. but I didn't do any of that. So they just forcefully assaulted and falsely arrested me for no reason. So yeah, I'm going to be suing. Unfortunately, my lawyer is only a defense lawyer. So I am still currently looking for a lawyer to help me sue.
All right. You heard it, folks. We need to find Cassius Julius a lawyer to sue the government. If you know somebody, share this video with them so they know all the details. This could be a payday for the lawyer. I don't know what motivates the lawyer, but don't take it personally, lawyer, if you're listening. But help our boy out. Help our guy out, and let's get some justice here. Okay.
Yeah.
4 cops lying, yeah. And for what? To add to the narrative, I guess, right? To add to the narrative that we're
all bad. All the freedom movement is terrible. We're all terrorists, and whatever they want to try to paint us as. Yeah.
I brought up this at the beginning. This this article from Western Standard about your story. Have you been covered anywhere else? Has anyone kind of alluded to this story, even if it's like a negative thing of like, oh, you're one of the people who got arrested at Rolling Thunder, some violent thug?
No, no, just that one article and this live stream here with yourself.
Amazing. So, yeah, definitely let's get the word out there for Cassius here. And I to put a cherry on top of the story, what I think is really cool is, well, let's go back to this moment one last time. This happens. They push you, you stand there stoically, they tear you to the ground, rough you up. What happened immediately after this? Did you go to the police station or what happened?
No, they bring me to some random street, maybe 10 minutes down the road from here, 15 minutes, not even 10 minutes down the road from here. They put me in a paddy wagon by myself. Handcuffs were super tight behind my back. I asked them to loosen it. Of course, they didn't loosen it because they're thinking that I grabbed an officer's weapon and punched an officer, right? Because they're listening to what all the other officers are saying to them. So, of course, they're not going to help me out. So they didn't loosen it.
Hold on. Even at that time, they were telling that lie of they tried to grab us and he threatened for my life and he intimidated me and he threw a haymaker at me. They were saying that right as it was happening as well.
No, not right as it happened. No. Oh. They basically just pushed me, grabbed me, threw me to the ground, handcuffed me, and then they all, I think, went right back into the line, or they went somewhere else. And then I got put into a police cruiser. That's when they did that's when they told me my rights is then. And then, they bring me to a paddy wagon, and I was in the paddy wagon for a couple hours. Then they bring me to the police station, and then I was in the jail cellar for several hours, and no medical attention on my finger that was injured. And treated me like basically dirt.
And so, what I think is beautiful, I'm going to play this clip in a second, but you made it back to the protest the very next day with the broken finger and
yep, I did.
Whole cast there. I'll play the clip right here. I think there's audio, so we'll let it play.
That's the way we do it.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So you made it. You made it back that day. Look at all that love. And I'll pause it. You can see that you got the little splint on your hand.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, right on my middle finger, on my right hand, holding the microphone. Yeah.
So even after all of that, you're like, I got a gig. I got a gig to get to, because you had a gig the next day and you made it, which is beautiful. And it looks like you get emotional here tell me what was kind of going through your mind when this happened.
Oh man, I was just absolutely overwhelmed with emotion. Still frustrated and upset about what had happened just the night prior to that. Just so happy and thankful to all the love and support around me. People singing along to my song, people cheering me on, like the love was just unreal, and all my emotions just came together all at once. And I'm just like, it just broke down, which I don't really do in front of people, too often. But yeah, no, at that exact moment, it really hit me. And, you just see how much love is there in the freedom movement, So yeah, my emotions just got super overwhelmed.
That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. And I'm glad you're free. I hope you can find a lawyer to help you sue the government. Guys, if you know anybody, try to get the story out there. Because I think there's going to be more of this. There's going to be more of this vindication. And you're right. That was definitely a convoy group hug, if I've ever seen one. But we're gonna wrap it up here. But I do want to play a new song for the people listening. Tell us about this song that I'm about to play here.
Amazing. Yeah. So my new song, it's called Time of My Life. And it basically kind of goes over what I was dealing with that whole year and a half leading up to my trial. So there's a lot of emotion into this song. And I don't want to say that much more. I hope everybody goes and listens to it, and I hope you like it. I hope you can relate to it, and I hope you enjoy it.
Amazing. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, of course. And if you want to check out Cassius, go to his Instagram, official Cassius Julius. And yeah, we're gonna keep fighting for you, man. And it's great to see that you're not deterred by this, fifth generational warfare tactics.
Yeah, no, it's not going to stop me. No,
amazing.
It's not going to stop me.
So this is Cassius Julius with Time of My Life, and I'll put his Instagram on screen here so you guys can check it out. Thanks for being here.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Greg. Thank you.
It took some time before I realized what really mattered. The ones who love you, keep them close, forget the ones who scattered. Don't let them back into your life, you're headed for disaster. There's not much more I could say, but if hate is in their eyes every time you come around, still feeding you with lies, you don't lift up off the ground. Just keep your spirit high, don't ever let them bring you down, and watch them all run away. Because all my life I fought so hard to get by. Now I'ma have the time of my life, even though I thought of giving up at times. So happy that you changed my mind. As long as you are by my side, I know that everything will be alright. All my life I fought so hard to get by. Now I'ma have the time of my life. Life can bring you pain, never be too ashamed. It's not too late to pray, your sin can wash away. My mind has changed its frame, since now that I've been saved. I'll never change for change, could care less about the fame. That's why these bad spirits always trying to fight me. Regardless how much good I do, they still despise me. So when it's stormy, stand strong, get behind me. I will never leave you astray. Because all my life I fought so hard to get by. Now I might have the time of my life, even though I thought of giving up at times. So happy that you changed my mind. As long as you are by my side, I know that everything will be alright. All my life I fought so hard to get by. Now I'ma have the time of my life. Time to relax and breathe. Slow down, don't speed. Just have faith, believe, despite all the mockery. One day you'll see how far you can reach. But practice what you preach, and the truth will set you free. Try to forgive, it's not easy. It's hard to please, true indeed. Try my best to find some peace. Guess that's not enough, it seems. Spreading hate like a disease. I'm immune, no stopping me. Dreams come true, you best believe. Look into your heart. Because all my life I fought so hard to get by. Now I'ma have the time of my life, even though I thought of giving up at times. So happy that you changed my mind. As long as you are by my side, I know that everything will be alright. All my life I fought so hard to get by. Now I'ma have the time of my life. I'ma have the time of my life, my life.